Okay, so first open the Adobe Illustrator and we're creating a new file. And the file size will be just a 7 inches by 7 inches square. Make sure your ruler unit is inches. So if you're seeing pixels or points, please change it to inches. And okay, create it. So this is 7 by 7. So we're going to create multiple pages of this size. So first, let me type for this typographic pattern, letter G, lowercase, and then set your type size into 72. And I'm not happy with this typeface. I'm going to choose one of my favorite, which is Garamond. Where are you? Yeah, Adobe Garamond. Okay. So this is what I'm going to use. And then next step is go to type menu and create outlines. Oops, not you. Create outlines. Okay. So once you choose this create outline option, this letter G is not a letter form anymore. This is a vector graphics. It's a graphics looks like the letter G. And then after this, you can make a copy by holding down the option and drag it. And then if you keep pressing Command and D, you can duplicate your actions like this. So this is one way. Okay, then let me type again. Letter G, lowercase, create outlines. Now what I'm gonna do is, let me show you several kind of keycaps. It's pretty helpful. You can zoom in, zoom out, and then move around by using the shortcuts. So hold down your spacebar and Command key. You can zoom in. Spacebar, Command, Option, zoom out. Zoom in. And just a spacebar. You can move around. So this is a big time saver. Now, I got this. Let me make a copy. Hold down the Option and drag it. And still I'm choosing this, the selection tool. Let me hold down the Shift key. So, and then when you move around your mouse cursor around your letter G, these handlers, you can see that mouse cursor changes. Let me rotate it 180, like this. And link it together. Let me zoom in for the further details, so I can line up better. Looks better. I want to move it a little even more. Okay, it looks good. So let me zoom out how it looks like. So it looks okay. So now I'm going to use this as my basic module, two letters combined for one module like this. So now is time to arrange it. So first, by connecting these two letter forms, I see that kind of a diagonal direction. So let me make a copy. Maybe I'm going to start from there, somewhere from the outside, because we're going to fill this entire space with this typographic pattern. So hold down the option, click, and let me make a copy to a certain direction, maybe like this. If you want, you can touch each other or you can overlap it. Doesn't matter. And I will repeat the same steps. Command D, duplicating. Okay. Now select all, everything, and go to Object menu and group it. So now it is just one group. And let me hold down the option. I'm going to make a copy to next. Maybe somewhere here. A little further, like that. Once you're done, Command D, 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 D. Don't worry about this. We can fix it later. Now, I'm going to repeat the same steps to the other side, to the other direction. Hold down the Option, and let me make a copy to here. So basically, we're creating the same pattern. And Command D again. Okay. So still I'm seeing that kind of several empty spots here. So what I'm gonna do is I will delete some of them, maybe out of this page. That's too much. Okay, let me just go for it. Okay, then select all, everything. Select all. Let me zoom out. Then let me place my mouse cursor on this corner handler, and then let me hold down the Option and Shift key and make it a little bit bigger until it fills my entire 7x7 square, like this. See? So it looks okay. Once it is done, we're almost there. There are a lot of kind of G patterns. I don't want to see it. So what I'm going to do is, let me draw rectangle, same size. So let me place my mouse cursor on this top left corner and just one click and type the size of document we are looking for, 7 inches by 7 inch. Okay, so it covers everything. Not everything, that area. Now select all. Select all. Then go to Object menu, Clipping Mask, and make it. So we got this. If you're not happy with that, you can always undo it, Command Z. You may rearrange it, or you can make it a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller of your patterns. You can make some changes. So maybe this time, let me try this. Let me zoom out. I'm going to select everything but the square. Let me make it even a little bit bigger than this. Now select all again, and Object, Clipping Mask, and make it. Okay, but make sure before you apply that clipping mask, the square thing, make sure that black square or that the 7x7 inch square must be on top of everything. So this is the one. So black and white version. Next, let me open layers, or you can go to this Windows and open layers and then artboard. Okay, if you have your artboard panel kind of separately like this, you can just drag it and combine to your layers panel. So this is the kind of you can build your custom user interface. So artboard like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new artboard right next to it, meaning another second page. And then in here, select your first patterns, black and white version, hold down the Option and drag it to artboard number 2. So I have the same thing. Okay. Then open the layers. So we have just one layer like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make another new layer. And by default setting, when you open the new layer, it will be placed on the very top. Let me move this down to the bottom. And then I'm going to lock the top layer. So I'm now in this top layer, I cannot change anything because the top layer with my pattern, that layer is secured. So now go back to my bottom layer. Let me zoom in. No, I don't have to. Maybe just a little bit. Okay, now you can see that there are several closed area, like here, here. Okay, so my plan is I'm going to fill this kind of area with maybe in gray. So let me open my layers again. As you can see it, this letter G pattern is on top layer and this new layer is on the bottom. So that means, let me show you this. Let me set my the fill color to open your swatches. Let me draw something. See? Because I drew that gray square, the rectangle, on my layer 2, which is the bottom layer. So no matter what I draw, it goes under my G patterns. So let me do this again. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this oval with the oval shape. So this is a kind of easy one. So oval, let me choose the ellipse tool. Let me zoom in a little bit. And then let me draw the oval slightly larger than the other white the negative space of this letter G. And see, it fills the area because it is under, this gray layer is under my G pattern layer. Okay, so this is the one. Let me draw another one to fill this area. Maybe I can use this ellipse tool, but we may have a different shape. So this time I'm going to use my pen tool. Pen tool, starting from here. Using the pen, as you can see that after you click on your first point, the anchor point, you see that kind of guidelines. So maybe we can do this, which is okay. It is working. See, it keeps filling. But also you can draw the curve. So instead of doing click and click, 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 click things like I did here, set the point, the next point, and keep pressing your mouse button and drag it. See? It's way better. And before you jump to the next point, click and go to next point. And then make sure when you finish this drawing, you will have to close this shape. So that means you're going to end this drawing at where you started here. So you can see that tiny circle right next to your pen tool, meaning you are closing this shape. I don't know, that's my bird. Do you hear that? They keep kind of chirping and singing all day. I have several parrots. Okay, so I have this too. Once we're done, now my plan is I'm going to fill all this area. So let me do this. And here. Okay. For this one, I can do this. Let me make another copy and then just rotate it. See? So you can just repeat the same steps until you fill the area in gray. Maybe I will do this. Let me select this two and let me group it as a group and let me fill. You can use your arrow key like this. Okay, then maybe one day you're going to fill all the area. And then if you see that another kind of a gray circle around your, maybe out of your kind of the 7 by 7 inch square, you can apply another masking on top of it again, like this. Oh, sorry. When you do that masking thing again, make sure you're applying that masking on top of everything. So make sure, go to top layer, unlock the layer, and draw. He keeps singing. I'm not sure that if you can hear that. And select everything, then object, clipping mask, and make it. Okay. So the other clipping mask thing is the very last minute thing. Once you're done with all patterns and fill inside in gray, then apply the clipping mask. So in that case, so the same way, this is how I made this one. Black and white and gray. Okay, so this is the one. And let me try another one. Let me make another way of making kind of a little bit different type of pattern. So I'm going to make a new document, 7 by 7. Okay. Again, letter G again. Letter G. And character, Garamond again. Adobe Garamond. And as I did before, I'm going to create outlines. So this is now the letter G shape graphics. And let me make it a little bit smaller. Okay. So we made kind of a linear pattern. This time I'm going to show you how to make the kind of a round pattern, like a flower. Select your object, your letter or number, then choose Rotate tool from your toolbox. Now, place your mouse cursor below your letter G, somewhere here. So if I click here, that's the point where I place my mouse cursor. That will be the center point of the entire circle. So let me show you this. So first, hold down the Option. Once you hold down the Option, you can see that 4 dots next to your mouse cursor, and click. Now angle. The perfect circle is the 360-degree angle. So a 30-degree angle meaning there will be 12, right? Yes, 12 letter G's making circle like a flower. So let me try this. Copy. See? Once you're done, like we did, you can repeat the same procedure by holding down the Command and D key. Okay. Then you can make one here. I have a one in here. Let me have another one by holding down the Option and drag it. Make it smaller. I'm gonna have another one which is huge. Okay, so this is kind of one sample. Then let me draw 7 by 7 inch square on top of everything. Select all, Command A, then Object, Clipping Mask, and make it. So this is kind of another pattern. It's a little bit more looks irregular, but each module has its kind of pattern as well. So please try to use all different type of a style, different typefaces. There are a lot, okay? But also, as I mentioned before, please do not try to use Papyrus and Comic Sans. Then maybe you can try anything you like, but make sure all the letters must be kind of legible and must be readable. Okay, so yeah, I hope that you have fun with this, and I will come up with maybe another tutorials after this.